Hey everybody, Mike Dana here. Welcome to Intro to the Modes. What we're going to be doing over the next few lessons is looking at how modes are created, where they came from, but most importantly, how we use them as improvising jazz musicians. What's a mode? Well, a mode is a type of a scale, but it's generally considered to be related to another parent scale, I guess you could say. A really common example would be the Dorian mode. A lot of us know what that is. The Dorian mode is what you get when you start on the second note of a major scale. So the Dorian is its own entity, its own sound, but it does relate to this other parent scale. When I was a kid, I took piano for about a minute, and my teacher was pretty cool, and she wanted to make sure I had a background in some music theory, so she taught me what the modes were, but she taught me in what I now come to think of as the old school way of doing it, which is, hey Mike, a Dorian scale is what you get when you start a major scale on its second note and go up an octave and come back down. So if I'm in the key of C, let's say, if I start on a D and go up to the D an octave higher and come back, that's the D Dorian. And that's not incorrect, it's not untrue, but I also think it's not very helpful. It gives an answer to a question, which I think a lot of times teachers like, but it doesn't really give the student any understanding, and I think that's really where it's at. So what I like to call the new way is a little bit different. We're going to be looking at all the modes that we know and love, but in a different way. We're going to be looking at how we alter the major scale to get that mode. For instance, in the case of Dorian, what do you have to do to a C major scale to end up with a C Dorian scale? And as you'll find out over the next few lessons, the answer to that is you lower the third and you lower the seventh. Well, that's exactly what you do when you create a minor seventh chord. You take a major seventh chord and lower the third and seventh. So I think what's really important here is that we're going to be understanding the quality of the mode. Is the mode basically major sounding? Is it minor sounding? Is it dominant sounding? And also we're going to be talking about the important characteristic notes of every mode. Some modes have a certain unique scale degree in them that I think really provides the flavor or the vibe or the color of or the characteristic sound of that mode. So I think all that stuff's super important. Over the course of our time together, we'll be looking at separate videos for each of the common modes, and there's also a separate handout for each mode. And these are going to be sorted by instruments, so there'll be concert key copies, bass clef, transposed for E flat and B flat instruments. And as a guitar player, there's some kind of unique guitar things, so there'll also be a separate set of handouts for guitarists. So get ready to get your modes on, and here we go.